side of Virginia Tech because yesterday UW Sentry was working well. Today, Virginia Tech Sentry is working well. And as both of those robots initialize, this is a very recency-biased game. Whoever's robots were working more recently have a better chance of working now as we go in 2-1 game start into Virginia Tech versus the University of Washington.
University of Washington already starting to make sure those walls are just as durable as they built them to be. Looks like that Sentry has actually a pretty long range.
All right, so UW Sentry
across.
up and firing.
Up and firing quite effectively.
Both Sentries. This is going to be a 6v6. I mean, a 6-match total, 3v3. Really exciting to see all 6 robots functional on both sides. Both Sentries firing about 50 projectiles each, both taking 10 damage. An extremely level match.
This is the first time we actually have had a 3v3. Oh, but it looks like it's going to be a short-lived 3v3 as the hero for Virginia Tech has been bumped offline.
First blood.
And that's going to give a first blood to University of Washington. And we know how crucial that early first blood is to these teams that can very easily snowball once they get that early level advantage.
Yeah, it's hard to make sure that you're accounting for that when you design these robots. You've got to ensure they can be pelted with projectiles from every angle and bump into some walls without falling and disconnecting. This is going to be a painful loss round 1, but this is a best of 3. And from that first minute, I think Virginia Tech, UW are going to be very evenly paired.
University of Washington's hero not seeing much action, but the Standard seeing a lot of action. As Virginia Tech Standard fends off the middle, takes the blood bags.
Almost falls doing so, but is successful in pushing off the University of Washington. Should be able to make it back and heal unless he gets sniped right here by that Sentry of the University of Washington, taking shots.
Ooh. Very, very close.
The Standard from UW coming over. They're going to peek that wall, try to finish the job.
Looks like he might just get away.
He's got to get to that reheal zone, but he can't make it.
Not going to make it in time, and that's a level 3, very threatening Standard from the University of Washington. Looks like it's shooting a few per.
Looks like the Sentry from Virginia Tech no longer recognizing or red Standard 3 from the University of Washington.
Looks like it is definitely not recognizing it as it makes another pass right over it.
This is the merciless technique that we will start to see, chat. These teams are worried about losing the match. And so now, every time that VT respawns, UW is going to try to take out those robots so that they don't give them chance for a comeback. So you now see Virginia Tech get the advantage on this Standard from UW. Big cheers coming out from the crowd.
Very sadly, the Virginia Tech strategy of being able to use their hero is not there, but the Standard actually picking up the slack, killing the level 2 hero from University of Washington, becoming level 3 itself.
This driver for Virginia Tech doing a really good job in their Standard.
With 160 health, going to have to retreat, get that blood bag as the Sentry is more than likely going to fall to either the Standard or the hero here, and yes, it does. University of Washington in the commanding lead, but not. What is the Sentry taking damage from? I think the Sentry was getting hit all the way across the map from the Virginia Tech Standard.
Yeah, this VT Standard's doing a pretty good job.
As the University of Washington Sentry pushes up.
The hero for UW behind the base, not able to connect on any of the projectiles so far. 52 health remaining. Should be an easy kill if Virginia Tech can find him. The Sentry for UW coming in clutch and taking out Standard 3 from Virginia Tech.
The Sentry actually being a little bit too mobile, locking up Standard 3 for VT. That might end up being a ref system violation. It looks like it might actually be continued. Oh, no, never mind. Looks like Standard was able to get out and
quiet
not pin.
moment of the game, Matt.
Look how many projectiles are all over that arena. I think that's the most that we have seen just around. We'll see now if this Sentry's able to almost be taken completely out by Virginia Tech.
Matt, Virginia Tech clawing this game back. It's now 1,500 to 1,335. But the Sentry notably taking out the Standard of Virginia Tech at the same time. Now 1,100 to 1,500, 30 seconds left to go. The Standard for VT still not back on line. I don't think they'll have a chance.
Hero working for University of Washington to very quickly take out Virginia Tech's base. Actually, not all the way. 345 health left. We'll see what ends up happening here.
Chat is getting savage right now. They're calling the UW Hero baggage. They've said that the Hydra Sentry is low-key better than the piloted ones. Chat, their Sentry is the strong point of the team. But this first match will go the way of University of Washington. A great showing. All 6 robots functional at one point in that match. That's what we want to see in the clash of RMNA champs.
And VT with a extraordinarily tragic loss of their hero very early on in that round. I think if they would have had... Ref systems are initializing. Hopefully VT looks like they were able to figure out at least what was turning off their hero initially. Hopefully if that hero can get away without bumping into things,
3,
should be
2,
a different story
1.
for this match.
Game start. All right, University of Washington versus Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech actually going with the conventional strat, changing up their own strategy.
Man, I wonder if in future years that red and blue box will be RFID modules. You'll notice the Sentry for UW got really close to being outside the box, but out is kind of a relative term without RFID in the field.
Might be a little bit better this year that it isn't, considering the RFID issues that were plaguing the field the first day.
Got some cheers coming in from the University of Washington. Love to see it. 30 seconds in.
Sentry for Virginia Tech is firing once more. It's down quite a few projectiles. That's a first blood for Virginia Tech, an upset that we did not think we would see. Level advantage early.
This is the strat that VT uses. They ignore the Sentry, they get a first blood under their robot, and then they go for the base. We'll see if they're able to pull that strat off against the reigning champions of RMNA.
Looks like they're going to be trying to secure a blood bag the second that thing comes up. Virginia Tech doing a very good job of controlling the center. They have a very early level advantage, which is going to put them hugely ahead of University of Washington.
Yeah, notably, their
that hero is not going to
Tech,
be that level 2 hero.
Yep. The hero
destroyed.
for Virginia Tech normally posts up in a spot that is well covered by the UW Sentry, so their normal hero strat blocked by the good CV of the University of Washington.
Virginia Tech now losing that level advantage as University of Washington has on the level 2 standard also.
VT still with a slight Sentry HP lead, so it's not their typical route to victory, but perhaps... Oh.
That's another hero disconnect on the side of Virginia Tech.
That'll give standard level 3 to the University of Washington and make this a 3v2.
That is what you hate to see as Virginia Tech now is
Matt, they got to bust out the duct tape, the epoxy, something. Whatever cable is bumping loose, just glue it.
Well, the hero this time does appear to still at least have its power module on, but it's just not able to connect with the server.
Virginia Tech playing aggressive, even from a level deficit here.
Well, they got to be able to get that
not
level deficit
paying off
recovered.
as they almost fall to the Sentry.
That's going to be a very, very long-range Sentry kill.
Are they taken out by a yellow card? I don't think it got the Sentry indicator there.
Sentry was certainly trying its best.
It was. Definitely a contributing factor.
Two minutes, 20 seconds left.
Virginia Tech now down by about 100 HP.
Last time Virginia Tech Sentry stopped shooting around 360. It looks like that might, yep. Oh, no, not the same case.
Still firing. It's going to help defend itself and keep this match closer.
Heroes down. That's going to be level 3 standard for Virginia
Tech.
Tech.
Going 3v1 and able to get a kill before it's taken out.
That takedown's going to mean longer times for it to come back online.
And it's going to respawn right in front of this Sentry. Both Sentries with about 330 projectiles left. They're going to have plenty of ammunition for the rest of the round. Virginia Tech's standard fighting unbearable odds against the University of Washington. It's got to be in a 3v1 and deal more than 200 damage to the Sentry in order to come back. Playing really well here. This is the right strat. A lot of these Sentries are struggle.
Ooh, that's the yellow card and the destruction of the standard.
He was able to get about 100 damage down there.
Looks like in a flip of Hokies and Huskies, the Huskies are going to be using the same strat the Hokies used beforehand to absolutely annihilate that base.
There it is. Excellent job from the University of Washington. Man, Matt, So that will send VT, I believe that was not an elimination round, that will send VT to the loser's bracket.
Yep.